Now we're going into the black mangrove forest. This is our fourth plant community on our walk here today. And let's see, what do we have here now? Well, we have our old friends, the mangroves. Here's a black mangrove right here. And here's a red mangrove right here. And we should have a few whites over here. Here's a white mangrove right here. I didn't get a chance to talk about the white mangrove very much over in the tidal swamp because they kind of like higher elevation, but here they are. They have this oval leaf right here, and they actually have these little, I don't even think you can see them on the video, and they have these little nectarines right in here. And these little nectarines, they secrete a sucrose, and this attracts predatory insects to eat that nectar. And in turn, those predatory insects will eat other predatory insects that are trying to eat the leaf of the mangrove. Interesting defense system. If you look down here on the ground, we see an awful lot of vegetation that is growing. Let's see here, and these are all what we call succulents, and we have to do that because its sea level here is about maybe, or not the sea level, but the groundwater is probably less than a foot below the surface here. So it's a very highly saline environment. This place does not get inundated twice a day like the tidal swamp, but it does get inundated perhaps maybe once or twice a year, but with salt water, principally due to storms. When wind blows out of the north and a high tide, this will get inundated with salt water. And because of that, it is technically a swamp. It does get a lot of inundation here during the rainy season. A lot of fresh water comes down. So, but to distinguish it from the tidal swamp, we refer to this as a black mangrove forest, and that's because we have an awful lot of the black mangroves in here, dominating in here. Anyway, back to the vegetation here in the ground. All these particular species in here are succulents, and they have to be that way because of the salt water. They have to get hold of fresh water. So succulents basically will store water in their fleshy-like leaves. Now here is a Fritonsis. It is called a sea oxide daisy, and it stores water right here in the leaves and in its stem system right here. Over here is another succulent. This is saltwort right here. You see that fleshy leaf right there? Right there, it stores right there. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, over here. This little plant right here looks like a rosemary plant right here. They got fleshy little leaves in there too. That's Lycium carolinum, or Christmas berry. Right around Christmas time, they'll have a bunch of little small red berries on it. Makes it look like a Christmas tree, and that's how it got its name. Now, let's see here. What else do we have? Well, there's something down the end of the trail here I want to show you. But in the meantime, let's just have a nice, quiet, peaceful walk on down the trail. Okay, here we have some more air plants. These plants right here are related to the Spanish moss that we saw over on the beach ridge. This is Tillandsia flexosa, and it's called that. It's called a twisted air plant. You can see that the leaves are twisted. They're shaped like that, you see, right here. And there's a bigger one right over here. Again, this is a member of the bromeliad family, and in time it'll put out a single flower right up through the middle like all bromeliads do. It will be red, and it will flower and bloom and pollinate, and then it will die. Walk over here. Okay. Kind of hard to see this one right here. Here's another air plant right here. You see it is flowering right there. And it was red when it first bloomed. Now that is a Tillandsia pachyfolia. It is a pot-bellied air plant. It's related to the Flexosa we just saw a few minutes ago. And after that blossoming occurs, then that's the end of that poor little air plant. Here we have another plant right here. This is also a succulent. You can tell from the fleshy leaves here. This is Matanzas philanthiotes, or Florida maytin. It is threatened. We have quite a few specimens of this here in the preserve, but we don't know anywhere else in Lee County where this particular plant lives. So we're quite happy to have it. When it flowers, here we have a little droop right here. Right here, if you can see it. It's green colored right now. It's got little indentions on the side. There's 4 of them. And when it opens, it'll open right up. And there's a little red berry that sits right in the middle there. Very delicate one. If you touch it, it'll just about melt, something like a snowberry. It is on the threatened list. Possibly it might even be on the endangered list. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this pretty much concludes our walk through the Black Mangrove Forest. What we're going to do now is we're going to exit off the boardwalk, and we're going to walk through the maritime hammock, and we're going to stop up on the bridge, and we'll say goodbye up there. Okay? Follow me down here. Well, this concludes our tour, ladies and gentlemen. You know, you can learn an awful lot from nature. It has an awful lot to teach us. It can even give us some advice. So before we leave, I'd like to read to you some advice from a tree. And that advice is, for today, the wisdom to let go like leaves in the fall. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and please come and see us again.